Dear students, welcome to the online classes. Today we are going to discuss Unto the Last prose work by John Ruskin, myself S.K. Rangapkur. Unto the Last is one of the most important prose in the Victorian age. So, this Unto the Last essay is a collection of 4 articles written on the first principle of political economy. So, this is 4 articles written on principle of political economy. So, he is our John Ruskin, one of the most important writer and notable writer also in the 19th century. So, let's brief introduction to the John Ruskin. John Ruskin was born in England, was a leading English art critic of Victorian era. So during the Victorian era, he was the most important writer in the Victorian society as well as an art patron. So he was a nurse of the, he take care of the art. So prominent social thinker, so and the philanthropist. He wrote on various subjects as geology, architecture, myth, literature, education, botany, and political economy. So our present work unto the last is on political economy. So how political economy impact in society. So that all showed in the essay. So, in this clip, we are going to discuss how John Ruskin's writing is. His writing styles and literary forms were equally varied. So, he is so many variety kind of writer. He penned essays and treatises, poetry, lectures, travel guides, and manuals, letters, and even a fairy tale. So, written he touched all the literary genres. He also made detailed sketches and the paintings of rocks, plants, birds, landscapes, and architectural structures and ornamentation. So, here we are discussing his important notable works. Modern Painters, it is one of the most famous works of John Ruskin. It published in 5 volumes between 1843 to 1860. Then The Seven Lamps of Architecture, 1849. The Stones of Venice, it published in 3 volumes, 1851 to 1853. So our Unto the Last, 1860 and 1862. Sir, why we are you are telling 1862 and 1860 and 1862? I will tell you later. For Clavigera, 1871-1884, and Patria in 3 volumes, 1885 to 1889. So these are the important notable works of John Ruskin. So let's begin with Unto the Last essay. So this is a prose work also, and it is also called as essays, or it is also called as collection of 4 articles. We have to remember. So Unto the Last is an essay or prose and 4 articles. I told you already. So Unto the Last is an essay, the book on economy. So this is articles written for the sake of industrial effect, how it affects on the society and how it affects on the economy of the society. So this article first published between August and December 1860 in the monthly journal of Cornhill magazine in 4 articles. So basically it is written in the form of articles, then it is published as a book. Ruskin says himself that the articles were very violently criticized. So, when he started writing about the political economy, so many industrialists and royal people of the England criticized don't to write, but he never bothered about them, forcing the publisher to stop its publication after 4 months. When he started publishing that articles, then that is forced to stop, but subscribers sent protest letters, but Ruskin countered the attack and published it in the 4 articles in the May 1862. So that's why He started writing in 1860, that is published in magazines, but in 1862 he published this work, that is Unto the Last. The book greatly influenced the non-violent activities, that is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. So that this Unto the Last is most influenced to the Gandhi's personal life. So this is one of the reason to change Gandhiji as a Mahatma. So the title is taken from the King James Version Bible. So in that lines between of in the King James Version Bible, so this Unto the Last comes. I will give unto this last even as unto thee. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is thine I will because I am good. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen. So this is King James Version's lines that is influenced to write John Ruskin unto the last. So let's come to our onto the last. So today I am going to introduce only what is the essay. So next coming videos we are going to discuss in detail. So my today's work is I am giving brief information regarding these unto the last. So the essay or the prose is very huge one. So we need to give more time for it, and each chapter we are giving a separate video for it. So in this video I am only giving what is it. So our purpose of this video is what is the essay. What is the essay? We have to understand. So our four essays are Roots of the Honor, Veins of the Wealth, Judicates Terram, and Valarum. So let's study a brief introduction about the all four essays. First one is the roots of honor. So what is the root of the honor? So here John Ruskin says in this essay outlines the problems existing in the relationship between employer and the employed. So this is fully concentrate on the social economic. So he was a social thinker, how he is thinking on a social economy. So during the industrialization, how the England is modified, it is modified fully controlled by the industrialist. They all the possession, all the wealth of the England in the hands of the industrialist. So that's why he has to think as a social thinker how that employer and the employed person should be there, how that is a honor, and what is the state between the employer and the employed. So the industrialist peoples are their employer, so those who are working in the industrials, that is employed. So that is the employer must be deal honorable with his employees. So here in the articles John Ruskin says this how a parent should take their children, that employer should be take their employed person in the how the parents are take care children's in their home. So that industrialist has to take care of the that employed people in the work. John Ruskin then proposed one of the most controversial ideas. So this is the most controversial ideas in the beginning of the 19th century, because when England got industrialization, that time there is no value for the labor class. So the more importance to the hierarchy class, they using the labors for sake of their wealth. So that is the most important element influenced on John Ruskin to write these articles. Work should be paid at an equal rate for a given job. So he that is the main intention, that is a motto of the John Ruskin's these essays is the worker should be give equal price for his job. During the industrialization in England, so this is not happening. So John Ruskin is focused on the labor class. So this is a brief introduction. So in the later videos we will discuss more about this essays. So let's move to the second essay. Second essay is the veins of the wealth. So wins of the wealth means wealth, we all know, who has more money, he has more wealth. Those who don't have wealth, they are called poor. So that is the basic things we need to understand here. Attempts to define wealth and to offer an alternative to the ideals of political economy. So what is the ideal political economy? Wealth, it's really mean those who have a more money, and wealth is not belongs to those who don't have money, which he builds as a science of getting rich. So is this getting rich is a wealth? He says Ruskin points out that under the political economic system, getting rich is always at the expense of someone else. So how should he says? So those who are rich, they have to spend more money. Those who don't have, they never spend much money. So that is his intention to says wealth is equally shared between the all the people. The third essay, the judicates term. So judicates a term. This is a these are all four essays are written in the in Greek and Latin words. So who judged on earth? So judicates means that is a justice. What is a justice in the society? He says deals with the idea of justice in this essay, that that is justice or injustice are inherent in all human economic transactions. So according to Aristotle, man is a social animal who has both the mind, good and bad. So every human activity has justice and injustice activity. So here says how that injustice activities are made by the industrialist or rich people in the society. It is unjust in the name of payment, in the name of trade, in the name of purchasing, and putting power exerted by the wealth into one man's hands. So that is injustice. So here people will work more hours, but they will get less salary. So in trade and commerce, uh, they will give more price for their goods, and purchasing and putting a one hands means one handed and dictatorship in the business to the extreme detriment of others in the transaction. But if the transaction is just, it is has its effect. So here he says justice or injustice, it is in all human activity. So this is a effect of industrialization. The people, those who have money, they want more money, they want to show they have more wealth. In that time they are doing injustice to the labor class. So we are moving to the fourth essay, and that is a final, that is ad valorem according to value. So what is value according to John Ruskin? He attempts to define in this fourth essay, that is value, wealth, price and production. So here is a value, wealth, price and production in the terms of different than those proposed by the political economists. So these all have a different meanings. Value in terms of John Ruskin is which leads to or support life. So that is a simple thing we have to understand. So that is value means that should be support our life. The value is to help to lead our life, not become rich. Wealth is defined as the possession of useful articles which we can use. So here, what is a wealth? Wealth is nothing but which we have to use for sake of our basic needs. That is enough. Mere possession or accumulation of object is not a wealth. He says less property is not a wealth. Price is defined the quality of labor given by the person desiring it, an object for sale in order to obtain possession of it. So the price should be equal of the quantity. So here industrialists do for sake of for more income, give they are producing small items and getting more money for it. Then it should be pointed out the industrialized societies. So industrial societies, what they do, they produce and their product is small, but their price is high. So that's why this labor is generally measured in money, not kind. So industrialists do, they are thinking about their wealth only, not for the humankind. Finally, production is tied to consumption. So John Ruskin says, how much we need to consume, that much of that much only items we have to produce, not for sake of our wealth. So these are the introduction about all of these essays. Finally, John Ruskin sum up his economic philosophy as follows: there is no wealth but life. So we will never carry the wealth, money, and all the things we never carry. We will carry only life, include all its power of love, joy, and admiration. So life is simple, love, kind thing, happy, love, and love for each other, and joy in the our country. So that country is richest, which nourishes the greatest number of noble and happy human beings. If I ask you which is the biggest country in the world, which country has more economic power, that is biggest country. So that is not in the manners of John Ruskin. Which country treats more humans, it, which country treats all human beings are equal, there is the richest country. So the richest who, having perfected and functions of his own life to the utmost, has also the widest helpful influence. Those people have helpful in that country, that's the biggest country in the world, both personal and by means of his possessions over the lives of others. So we need to spend at least half of ours for sake of the others. So that is share between each other. So we have to share our property among the countrymen, those who are really need of it. So this is our John Ruskin says during the uh, industrial time. So if anybody has questions, you have to comment on the box. And this is only introduction class of the John Ruskins. The next videos or next videos on the John Ruskins unto the last, we will discuss in detail of the each chapter. Thank you, one and all.